Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network. So, Gypsy Rose Blanchard's first day off of parole was a banger. And a lot of things happened. There were some nip slips and some birds flipped, and everybody was flowing with the drinks, and Gypsy's credit card was ding, ding, dinging. But apparently, some craziness went down last night that I was not aware of. I was aware of what our community had done. We decided we were going to put up flyers all over the downtown of the square, the French Quarter. We also hired a billboard, a movable mobile billboard, to drive around for 4 hours a night while Gypsy and her geriatric crew, Delulu crew, run amok. Because if you have a right to post your entire life inebriated and stalking and things, and the fact that you are targeting younger audiences, then we absolutely have a right to stand up and say, not on our watch. And so I want to explain to you all who are calling this some form of bullying what a peaceful protest is, because that's what this is. It is our right under the U.S. Constitution to peacefully protest. So let's dive in. What is a peaceful protest? A peaceful protest is a constitutionally protected form of expression where individuals or groups publicly voice their opinions, grievances, or demands without using violence, threats, or intimidation. Apparently last night someone took it too far and approached Gypsy Rose Blanchard and others, and something went down. That is in no way what any of us have asked you to do. We have simply made awareness out there that she is down here. She is in your establishments, and as businesses, you have a right to refuse service to her. And our public that is around her, where she's filming them and screaming and putting up fingers and all of this, and her boob is half out, is not okay. And we, as a people, decided we wanted to warn the community. So what does what I just said about a peaceful protest actually mean? Well, first of all, it's no physical harm to people or property. There is no harassment, stalking, or doxing of individuals, although I do believe that one of you decided to do that to one of the organizers for this, and that was absolutely inappropriate, and that is retaliatory, and it can be a criminal action, by the way. There is no trespassing or blocking access to private property. There is no incitement to violence or hate speech. In a peaceful protest, the goal is to inform, educate, or challenge public perception, not to disrupt or endanger. It's about using your voice, your signs, your creativity, and your platform to draw attention to an issue that matters. Even Rowdy has something to say, but I'm going to give that one to you one more time. Posting billboards or mobile ads with factual messages, organizing boycotts or awareness campaigns, speaking out online with documentation and advocacy. What it is not. It is not harassment. It is not vandalism. It is not about personal attacks, even when the subject of the protest is someone controversial, like a convicted murderer who unalived her mother brutally, who is released from prison. Your protests that we are doing, the protest that we are doing, remains lawful and ethical as long as we continue to focus on the facts and respect the boundaries of civil conduct. This is protected under our First Amendment rights here in the United States. The First Amendment, and this is what I told you last year when they took me to court. This was a First Amendment case, and it will always be a First Amendment case. And this is what it is. The right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This right does not vanish just because the subject of a protest is uncomfortable with being called out. Public figures, including those thrust into the spotlight after high-profile criminal cases, are not exempt from public scrutiny. What we're doing in our campaign is that we aim to inform the public about inconsistencies in the narrative. We are using billboards and flyers, which are non-evasive and protected forms of speech. Warn others to stay aware without making any threats. Encourages critical thinking about a glamorized, monetized true crime case, the very definition of a peaceful protest rooted in truth-telling. So there you have it, folks. Not harassment, not bullying, awareness, advocacy, and safety. That's what we're doing. We are not trying to hurt Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Gypsy Rose Blanchard has the ability. She has been given her life sentence. You know, she got off. She did her time. All the things that you want to say. But the public has a right to say, that's fine. We just want to make sure everybody knows that you're dangerous because the law system got this wrong. And we need to make sure that we hold you accountable. And we have a right to do so, and we have a right to talk about all of the things that go on underneath that umbrella. And we will continue to do so until they've asked us when we'll stop. This is when I'll stop. When Munchausen by proxy is no longer labeled to a woman who was never labeled with Munchausen by proxy, and there is an outrageous amount of evidence to prove otherwise. And number two, when this young lady who freaking went and did this to her mother, she brutally slayed her mother, does not identify as a schmurderer and thinks that she is going to move on with her life while she continues to at every single turn with no fucking care whatsoever, bashing and lying about her mother. Rogie, you want to sit up here and tell people that unlike everybody else, Gypsy still really loves her mom. I'm sorry. 17 stabs in the back, a slit across a neck, and lies for 10 years does not scream, I love you, mom. She won't even call her mom. And Rod had to ask, how upset can a person be to have a brain that decides that they're going to brutally unalive their mama? And I will say again, Rod, one that is very, very sick, allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment and educational purposes only. And sir, you and your wife and everyone else that continues to enable her then and now are the problem. We, the people, have heard and said, you have said enough. We are done. And there's a story there, and I intend to tell every last one. Have a good wives. Have a good one from the Good Wives, serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys. Mwah. And hey, guys, we're going to be live tonight over on YouTube at 4 o'clock, and Mac and I will be discussing some of this and some of the things that we've been finding as we've been putting together the final pieces of our book. Like I said before, guys, it's going to shock the world. So tune in on our YouTube channel, The Good Wives Network, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and have a good one from The Good Wives, serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys.